Can hear me clean, deadly. Okay, right on. Let's get rid of that. That. All right. We're going with a low latency today, so should be able to see y'all's replies pretty quick. There's going to be a little bit of a delay. It's not like Discord where we can, get instant, results and responses. 41 viewers, great. Love to see it. Thought it would be less. But we're gonna have a good day today. 6-second delay. Yeah, great. That's actually not bad. I wanted to do the ultra low latency, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. I don't think my rig can do it. Get Dory on? Well, beautiful thing is I think you can go watch Dory in his room. Or Dory can stream on his YouTube and you can go watch that. 20-second delay. Yeah, it's gonna be like that, guys. It's just YouTube. Okay. Am I streaming in the lab also? Not today. Today is Kane. I'll be in the lab tomorrow. Everyone can see my screen. Should be able to. If you can't, then I'm not sure what to tell you. How long have I been in the lab? I've been a team member since November. I've been in the lab for a while. I've known Alex for a while, and I've now known Kane for a while, so. All right. I'm gonna get situated. You guys can see I've already marked up my annotations on the chart. And what I'm looking for, let's do one of these. So you should be able to see P&L thing. This is just from my Tradeify account. And yeah, everything looks good. Deadly. Okay, guys, we can start. So, first YouTube stream for me. Working out a lot of the, techie type bugs. Trying to figure out the best way to stream to bring you guys, my analysis, my live trading, things like that. Using YouTube as that, conduit to do so. You guys might be wondering why I'm streaming. Someone said that they're surprised. It's really my personal endeavor to shed light on transparency within the space, to show you that, what you see online is not what you should be seeing, or what should be even, correlated to good quality trading. It's much more than that. It's not the flashy crap that you see online, with the top ticket executions, no stop outs, no losses. Everything's tickety boo all day long. It's an emotional battlefield that you have to go to every day. It's not easy. On paper, it looks easy, create a system, backtest said system, find reproducibility within that model, and then just execute it every day, right? In writing, it seems easy, but there's one little thing that, the market will kind of dangle in front of your face to make you go crazy, and that is money. So what we're going to do today is hopefully we can catch something, trading a live Tradeify account, and then I've got some evaluations. You guys are going to see me do it. If I do take a trade, you're going to see me do it. I'm not hiding. We're just gonna go with it. Okay. Chart colors. I will share the chart colors later. Right now, we are 6 minutes from open, and I haven't said a single thing about this chart to you guys. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, guys. So what we're seeing right now, right, is big picture for the week. Tariffs news hit 350-point gap down, right? Created SMT at previous weekly low with ES, right? Devil's mark, and we have now since basically we filled the entire gap. Yesterday was a bullish day. We saw some SMT yesterday here. This was a London session low. Not your cleanest SMT, but provided a really nice move. This candle here at 10 a.m. was essentially right around the time that Trump was talking with the Mexican president. And then from there, we've seen just a bullish reaction. And yeah, thanks, Kraken, for reminding me. This is not at all financial advice. This is purely for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say or do should not be taken as a hint or advice to risk your own capital monetarily. The futures market and the stock market as a whole is a very dangerous environment if you are not experienced. So, if anything, please just utilize this platform as a conduit for an educational resource. Okay. I'll go one step further to quickly do. Where is it? I had a disclaimer somewhere. Ah. We're going to have that up for a second. Lovely. Okay, you guys get the point. Now, what are we seeing? Asia high. Midnight open. Up here, we have, this is the 1800 open. This tells me that the daily candle currently looks a whole lot like this. We have opened, and we have immediately dropped lower with very little wick to the downside. So that, for me, tells me that this could all be potential manipulation, and the daily candle could potentially look a little something like so. The very large wick. Okay. Yeah, it made me lose my host. Tweets incoming. Yep. But it won't be my fault because I showed the disclaimer. We have 10 a.m. news today, guys. We have 9:30 open coming in just about 2 minutes. What we're seeing right now, this is a 30-minute for value gap. Okay. Now, we have consecutive candle SMT here with relative to this 830 low. And, oh man, is this actually giving me a setup already? I should have been not yapping so much. For value gap, drawing liquidity higher, 50-minute SMT. We are, it's not the best breaker formation, but nonetheless. Let's see what else we got. Why I'm gunning for those highs. if it was a 9:30 open right around the corner here, and if I actually, you know, like this a little more, I'd probably get involved with it. But we got some conflicting information. This high that we broke that formed the breaker, it's a high of a 5 minute SIBI. We went and formed, upon forming the breaker, we formed some SMT at the highs. So it's a fade for me. I'm not really going to be looking. Let's wait until 9:30 delivers because I can see us maybe getting a little lower, creating some SMT at some more meaningful lows here. Let's go back to the 15. Let's just keep an eye on what's going on here. YM took London highs on that move. Now we're seeing consecutive candle SMT. The SMT relative to this 830 low here, or 845 low, is still intact with ES. Now, what I wouldn't hate to see is if we got above here like so, form this breaker, it could take us up higher, right? We have a lot of room to the upside yet. This is that Asia high. This is the 1800 open. We need confirmation of a swing low being put in though. And the SMT that we wanted to see has actually just been deleted. So we're kind of at a standstill right now. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I'm just going to be ignoring YM SMT right now. Completely fine with that. You could say there's SMT at the 715 low. Not buying it. I'm thinking this kind of gives us a Judas, a proper Judas. So kind of my playbook right now is anticipating 9:30 Judas lower if it wants, and then 10 a.m. news can bring the distribution. So we shall see. 65. Oh wow. I'm not even lying. I thought it would be like 10. 10 people. It says my bit rate is lower than the recommended. I think it's because I'm using the low latency. Yeah, I don't know. It seems if you guys have any issues or if it doesn't look clear, just let me know. Knocked it to the park. Yeah, shit. Okay. If this closes up above here, then this is likely going to be our breaker to take us higher. Now, the SMT that we have is with a 715 low. It's also a 7 a.m. Busy on ES. Let's see. I might stab this if we get down. What does this look like? 38. It's actually going to give me some time too. 38.25. Pretty sure I can only go like 2 mics on this. Let's just make sure what we're seeing is valid. It's creating a potential 5-minute break or two. I don't hate it. I don't love the SMT, but we did create SMT with YM at that low, and it's prior to 9:30. Let's go light on this guy. I want to see it get back into this Bissy here. How close is that? Yeah. I need to see us get back into here. It's a little bit too far away for me to close proximity entry in. Tag that breaker perfectly. Now, what I'm just going to be watching for is just to see if we get up above these highs here and create some SMT. It's just a matter of if it gives us entry or not. I'd stab this for sure. Because what I like about it is we went and we took that 5-minute sippy, we formed a new breaker here. So we've mitigated. The 5-minute could give me entry for sure. I think I'd like this. 30. I don't think it's going to form any sort of SMT. No, I think it's gonna get down into that Bissy and then I could get jiggy with it. It might not, but I'm just gonna wait. We formed the breaker real nice. It's also formed a 3-minute. You know what? I gotta be patient. Yo, what's up, Jay? You rat. Not you, Jay. This chart. It was like tiptoeing around where I was comfy entering, just based on risk. I knew if I got in around here, I'd be over risking, and I wasn't about to like enter one contract here, enter one contract there. I could still see us getting back down into here. Excuse me. This high is going to be of importance. Equal highs on EOS. If this is going to act as a breakaway gap right now, I think we can probably return to it at a later point in time. If not, right away. You don't trust when 930 confirms the breaker? I mean, I see your point. Just trying to think of like where else we have to go, right? There's no S&T at this Asia low here. This London low, we didn't get S&T either. So yeah, I see what you mean. But this thing just looks bullish. We opened and immediately went lower. So, and we rebalanced this range. So this might just want to just continue ripping higher. And it might just be going without me. I know we got the tap of this breaker here, but by the time I got my order set, it was already kind of up in here and I wanted to wait for the Bissy. It all depends on, what 930 is going to be responsible for doing, right? We marked out this breaker ahead of time, right? So we can already, I saw that if it got above here, then it was likely going to be just a 930 distribution with a short Judas. $78 viewers. Man. I'm shocked. M5 breaker was clean. Yeah. It's just a miss by me. Just doing too much yapping. Doing too much yapping. I'm not bothered by missing it. I really am not. This candle could have been where I got in. So we got some S&T at that high. I imagine ES is going to run that high too. Over here. I got so much on my mind with this stream too. It's tough streaming, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, you're worried about like the quality of the stream. You're also worried about focusing on your trades. I'm pretty dialed on the chart right now, but there's got to be some sort of, emotional purpose behind why I missed it. There's 2 standard deviations delivered. This is a clean move. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get the hang of it. I've streamed a lot. This is a miss for me. It's not so much so that I um, broke any rules. It's just, getting getting in alignment. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So what happened here, guys, was essentially we identified this move. Like as soon as we started forming this swing low here at 9:30, I was like, okay, if we get above here, this is bullish, right? So 9:33 candles when I'm getting my order ready. And then I'm like, okay, let's get down to this BISI. And it's just one of those times where, maybe I demanded a little bit too much perfection. I could have probably gotten in on here, but you know what? Hindsight is always 2020. Now we drop this idea and we just look at what we can focus on next, right? So we have 10 a.m. news coming up. I'm not about to just like drop all expectations for the day and just go on tilt because I missed one good setup. Nah, we're gonna see what we can potentially see next. I'm not saying that this is gonna be the only draw today. We could fucking pump higher. We have previous weekly high. We have relative equal highs up here. Like I'm not about to say that we're just gonna have a little bit of an expansion and then we're just gonna die out, right? So what I'd want to see 9:30 create this, close above this high. 9:45 create another, and then if we can get a BISI, and then if we can get like a retracement back into this high, maybe utilize like some area of imbalance on the other side. 10 a.m. gives us an open low high close up into our draws. That would be something that I'd be looking for. Tenny. Good morning, bro. Good morning, Brett. Yeah, absolutely. Brett, focusing on my model and rules. That's all I can do here, you know. Oh, hey Nate. Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it. And I'll be honest, guys, I fully expected having a little bit of like stream jitters. Because like streaming on Discord is way different than streaming on like YouTube or something. Because like anyone could be in here, right? I'm not looking at who's viewing this or whatever. I'm really just kind of dialed in my chart. So yeah, I'm just happy that I'm in line with price right now. If I'm in line with price, then I can find a setup if my model forms. 100%. I have that confidence in myself for sure. Yeah, -4 lines up with 1800 like perfectly. That's why I love this dude. Like 2.5, even if it's near here, like this is near that Asia high. It's also inside of this SIBI here. Like it's clean. ES is just slow right now. Getting into that high, but I imagine it's gonna get up there. Got a smarter in at 932. Like you mean you took a starter position at 932, or what do you mean? Oh, you were looking to add. Oh yeah, so you got in and then you wanted to add more. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. I had a concern that, if we tap this breaker high here and then we left it right away, that we may leave this. I'm not in the business of like, picking breakaway gaps. That's I used to do that shit. It's quite frankly fucking pointless. Um, that's demanding perfection in what can be a random environment. Yes, I'll share my chart color later. I'm not doing that right now, bro. We're focusing on the chart. I'll post it to my Twitter or something. Took it when I pointed out. Yeah. I mean, not financial advice, but I mean, if you didn't slap that trade, if this didn't make you think that we were going higher, then I'm glad that you tuned in because I can teach you a thing or two. Mm-mm-mm. This should just keep cooking, guys. I'm going to get off the 1 minute because I got no business on there. Got no business on there at all. So we've delivered to this 2.5 of this 930 swing from 927 to 930, the 927 breaker. We can now potentially see some retracement. Am I expecting a big one? Not really, because this 930 candle closed above this high here, this inefficiency. So like I think it'll be a quick pop, and then we can maybe see an inefficiency form to then utilize later on, either at 10 or later on in the day. Maybe we get an expansion higher. Maybe we engineer some highs up in here, and then we can get a continuation trade later. But I'm not. My crystal ball only goes so far. Thoughts on retracing into the 15-minute breaker and then continue higher. I don't expect us going lower today. I mean, if we were gonna go lower, we would probably be doing it in and around here. As it stands right now, I don't see any sort of reason to go lower. Did you see that PCH acted as support? I don't use that, and I don't think that I'm going to be using the 1 minute to read what high time frame order flow is doing. I'm essentially seeing 930 open, low, high, close, trading above this high. 945, if we're going to continue higher, we're going to open, low, high, close again. Do I trade full time? No, I do not. I do not. So we also have a 5-minute BISI and breaker here that we tagged into. So like really it's going to be this inefficiency in this IFVG as an area where we can possibly see a setup form from. Am I using daily and weekly profile? Nope. Nope. I don't care so much about what happens throughout the week. I'll use the daily and the weekly to get in line with high time frame order flow, but for the most part, I'm in the business of anticipating what's going to happen within the next hour, not within the whole day or the whole week. I can recognize when I'm in line with like a low a week or a high a week or a low a day, high a day. Like right now, in terms of bigger picture, I'm anticipating that this high, granted that we can form not have this SMT stay intact with ES, anticipating that this can be the low of New York AM, and we can just kind of continue higher. You need to be live here more often. You quit listening to the Kane podcast in the lab. What do you mean? What do you mean podcast? He reads Price. He reads Price. He's also got a lot of people watching, so it's harder. It's hard to stream in the lab because you get lots of questions, and a lot of it involves story time. Here, oh, what the heck? Reconnection. My OBS shit on me. Can you guys? Yeah, it is grooving me. Can you guys still see everything? Can someone give me like a confirmation that everything's still good? Yeah. Okay, good. I freaked out for a second. My OBS just shit itself. Okay, thanks. All right. Because if this shit crashed out on me, I would have zero idea how to get it back. I would be so upset. Fuck. Yeah, Tenny's in here, man. Tenny's one of my biggest supporters. I appreciate the guy so much. Shout out to Tenny. Shout out to all you guys from TOTK Breaker Gang that are in here. Man, I appreciate you guys so much. Got some lab people in here as well. I'm pretty stoked that we got this many viewers. I know it's not, like you're telling your trades numbers, but shit, I'll take 70. Jolts is usually really impactful. It can be. I've seen it. I've seen it be impactful, and I've seen it not be. It's all dependent on what the chart says. As of right now, I'm framing continuation, so we could probably see either it just piss higher, or we're gonna get a quick pop lower and then go higher from there. ES is struggling to get it that high, so if you are long here, you should be partialed. And honestly, you could be break even too. If you're in down here, you should be partialed out up here, break even, and you should be living like Larry right now. Oh yeah, I figured, yeah. This was an absolute slap. Absolute slap. And I'm doing my best to display the emotions that I feel about missing it. Um, I don't think I'm bothered. I really don't. Truth be told, I just did too much yapping beforehand, and I wasn't really ready. What I should have had this up already, and I should have like had my position locked. Like, because what happened was I called this here. In this moment, this is how quick you have to be sometimes, guys. Because like we called this potential low here, and then if this breaker forms, 2 minutes later, within this 2 minutes, I should have. As soon as I said that, I should have had my other screen open, and I should have been calculating stop size and position size. Like that's just lazy on my part. Okay, SMT still at the high. ES created equal highs there. YM is sinking through its boots right now still. Basically knocking on the door of that Asia high. I lean long. I think if this breaker forms, I think it's going to be short lived. This would be one of those like you take the breaker and then you immediately get information that conflicts with your idea. This is my draw. Like I am not really comfortable going short until I see this taken. So that's what the high time from order flow is telling me. Like I'm 100. I think if 945, man, if 945 could just like chill out a little bit, and then if we could see 10 a.m. get down into this busy or create SMT relative to the low, that'd be good for that. I'd be good with that for sure. Oh, that's not the Asia high. That is the Asia high. Tickled your second partial. Yeah, it's one of those, hey. This is one of those like if it gets up here, I'm never gonna be a dick for a tick. But for the most part, like when you see it flying up there like that, you're like, oh, it's gonna get taken. Like you're gonna get filled on your partial for sure. Probably within this candle. Incoming. Yo, bro, lend me $20. It's my birthday. A lot of you guys probably don't even know that it's my B day today. Partial. Clean. Man, this is such a nice move. Good on you guys for catching. Absolutely good on you guys for catching. Tenny, you're not donating, bro. I don't even know how to go about that. I was trolling. I have zero idea how to do any sort of stuff on that. I'm trolling. Thanks, guys. Out at that high? That's a great spot to be out, Mohammed. Man, even though I missed this, I'm happy that we got to read such a clean move. Like I'm pretty grateful today. Do I trade macros? Yeah, I do. Yes, it's actually my birthday, Kirian. Tis. 27 years old. That RB, yeah, bro. Everything about this was nice. Was real nice. Uh, thank you, Kieran. So, sleeping at the wheel here. We're gonna see if we can get a continuation play at 10 a.m. All I care about is just following my rules. Right now, my rules say to just sit back and wait for continuation opportunities. Yeah, there's that S&T broken with ES. Yeah, that 5 minute breaker did some work on ES. Did some absolute work. There's Asia High. ES has a ways to go. 1,500 open is a devil's mark. That's crazy. That's way up there too. That is like it's 34 points away. Fuck. So you said you don't do this full time. Are you wanting to do full time or is there a side thing? Or is this a side thing? No, it's very much not a side thing. I think if you treat trading like a hobby, I think you should just go to the casino instead. Um, I don't think I'll ever make trading my full time income because I don't believe that it is a stable enough income. I think you could be a trader, but you should also have other business endeavors. So whether that's owning your own businesses, real estate, having things on the side, right? It's not a entrepreneurial endeavor that's conducive to steady income because 1 month can be great, the other month can be shit. You could have a quarter that's shitty, right? So you want something that pays you consistently. So I don't think I'll ever be a full-time trader. If anything, I will have something else that pays me as well, which right now it's my full-time job too. Tenny, are you not streaming today? Nobody's. No, you're not. Oh, coffee is making me burpy. All right. YM is stuck in the mud. Thanks, Kraken. How many years do you trade and how much time does it take you to become profitable? I've been trading, it's been 3 years. It'll be 3 years soon. And I am not the most profitable trader on the planet. I have an exceptional ability to read price and teach and everything. But one of the biggest reasons why I'm live streaming here is because I'm a dickhead and I don't like to follow my rules sometimes. So I'm not making this, shit ton of money that you see some of these other people making online. It's very much, I have an ability to read price and everything, but I have an ego the size of a fucking semi truck. So, so I'm in here doing this not just for you guys, but this is for me too, and that's just full honesty. Know exactly what I'm talking about. Just trade multiple demo accounts. There's enough people like that in the world. We don't need to add to the pile. And yeah, exactly, guys. Like what's the point of lying about it? What does that get you? All it does is it basically tricks you into thinking what you're doing right now is good enough, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the perfect trader and that I make all this money and all this shit. Because really, what do I have to prove to you guys either? Like, what do I have to prove to you guys? I haven't met a single one of you in person. There's a lot of people in here that I love. I deem a lot of you guys good friends that I met online. But at the end of the day, this is something I'm obviously not going to do. But this is how serious it is, right? If I care so much about what you guys think, why would I do that when I could just I could drop off the face of the earth and none of you guys would ever know or remember me, right? So like I shouldn't really put so much weight on what everyone else thinks of me. What really matters to me is my family, the people I love, the people around me. That's who I'm doing it for. So, uh, Jolt's opened up right away. We are taking this high here. We're up above the 1800 doubles mark. That is my draw. 4 standard deviations hit. We got SMT with ES at this high. Man, what a beautiful move. Good job, guys. Good job catching that. Um, in terms of like emotions for this, I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't take it. Part of me wanted to add here, but I said no, just put the full contract on when it gets into this BISI. Might have been a little hard-headed of me, but now it's just kind of like embarrassment that I didn't execute my model, which is kind of a weird. I don't usually feel embarrassment, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling there, and I think I'm past all of that. I'm not gonna let it affect any trades, but that's the truth, right? Sometimes you miss trades and like you feel embarrassment that you missed it because like you're like I just did my model, I just did myself a disservice by not following my model. I don't think that was the case. I think it was just me being a little bit too over analytical, but I'm glad I didn't chase. Oh yeah, no, I fully accepted it. This is a miss, so it's gonna get journaled about. It's not a good thing. Um, but the good thing is that I did not trade like a dickhead throughout this. Even though I anticipated things to just go higher from here, like a low resistance liquidity run, I I don't have my model forming at any of these retracements. So like I have to sit with this and I have to be okay with it, right? I'm not gonna catch every single trade. No matter how dumb clean this is, you're not gonna catch every trade. And that's okay. And you can survive that. It's about how are you going to handle the emotions that come thereafter, right? That's the display. That's trading to me. That's the important part. And this is also me yapping like a fucking squawking like a hen. So let's dial in on the chart. 66 viewers. We're keeping up with the viewers. It's kind of bouncing between 65 and 70. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. I really appreciate it. I'm not doing this for any sort of monetization purposes. It's really just nice to, be able to trade live in front of you guys. Oh yeah. Yeah. I learned something out of this trade, so take it as a win. And like, what do I got to be pissed about? I didn't lose any money. I followed my rules. The only thing that I should be pissed about is not following my rules here, but being down in the dumps about it isn't going to allow me to get into a trade the next time, so I got to let it go. We're kind of way up here, guys. So we have this SMT with the S. We've taken, right? We've purged some liquidity at these highs. So if we're going to see a retracement, it's going to be in and around now. But the problem is, there isn't a single fucking breaker that I can short from to get long from. So we have to sit. You were a little late into the trade. Like, how late are we talking? Have I explained my rules? I've explained my rules throughout. And no, I haven't explained my full model. That's not really why I'm doing this. I'm not in here to do a full display of my model. Oh, you meant the stream. I can, yeah, before the stream ends, I'll go through this. We'll do a recap of everything. 10 a.m. open and immediately traded higher. This could be setting up if an hourly, open high will close. This S&T is intact. Like if this forms a breaker and everything, I have to take this. I'm gonna treat it like a retracement, but I just don't have an entry right now. There's no possible entry for me. And I didn't take the trade Casper. This is just I missed it. I missed it like a bot. Oh yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, Brett. You guys got me until about 11 o'clock today because I have family downstairs and I'm sure they want to celebrate with me today. So I will be cutting this stream hard at 11 o'clock, the latest. You got 7R off of that? Oh, fuck. I mean, happy I could help. Did you get long, Brett? I imagine you would have. Let's mark out that 10 a.m. open. That's fair. We got this guy here. This is this is an ugly duckling if I've ever seen one. But swing high, swing low, higher swing high. It's in a macro. We have SMT. If this forms, this is a nice breaker to take for retracement. If this is the breaker that forms, then I can already anticipate that this is going to be a retracement to go higher. Here for the sexy ASMR voice. Man. You guys crack me up. Is anyone in here? Okay, I'm actually curious. Is anyone in here not from TOTK, not from Tenny's group, or not in the lab? I'd like to see if there's anyone that isn't in those. Oh, nice, a few of you. Right on. Well, thank you guys. There's quite a few of you guys. Argentina. Okay, lots of you people in here. I'm just here for your voice. Oh man. Welcome, guys. I appreciate you all. You don't have to give feedback now because the stream's not over, but I wouldn't mind just personal feedback. Like you don't have I'm not asking you guys to fucking to go on Twitter and post and say this was the best stream I've ever been in. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care if you like this. I just want to know if what you're seeing is valuable. And you can just tell me personally. I'm not going to use it as a marketing scheme, whatever. Quite frankly, I don't care. Just want to know if I'm not wasting my time in here. Because if I'm not providing value, if this is not what you're after, then I'd like to know that so I can change and be better. Hi, I am from CNBC and would like to interview you at 4:30 p.m. I know you're trolling, but even if you were, I'd have to respectfully decline. Nobody works for CNBC and spells billionaire wrong. You're here for you though. Yeah, true. That's actually fair point, Brett. That's the people pleaser in me speaking. Okay, projections are met. I can get rid of this. Your name, oh, your name is Latin. Billionare. Okay. Okay. It looks like billionaire to me. It looks like someone spelled billionaire. My bad. I hope you didn't find that disrespectful. NQ trading in a civvy. Yeah, NQ also ripping faces off of anyone who's short, so. ES still struggling. Like NQ is the clear leader here, right? Because like what do we see? Here's that high that we have reference to that was our draw. Here's ES in relation to it. We are still 15 handles, almost 16 handles off. So, and we have a 10 a.m. devil's mark. Devil's mark being just absence of a wick lower. Clean ass Monday. It's Tuesday, brother. Jay. Jay just getting off a bender. Bro, you missed work yesterday. Oh man. No, I actually did. Fuck, that's funny, man. Patience is not a virtue for Gabe. Hey, that's all right, man. That's all right. It's also something that you can grow and nurture and, build over time. So, step 1 is identifying that you're an impatient person. My life feels like a lie. No, you're good, brother. You're good. Now you know. That's why I'm here. Tune into my stream. I'll tell you what day of the week it is. The funny thing is, I even have a daily divider that tells you it's a Tuesday. Devil's mark equals manipulation. Target later for the distribution move. Agreed. This, I don't know. I think if it's gonna go lower, it's gonna form a new breaker. Just me. Stream quality is still good. What do you mean? What just happened? Thank you, Casper. No, KW, he's talking about this being a target for a distribution later on. So like he's looking for a potential breaker to form up here and then target that devil's mark later for the distribution. He's anticipating this 10 a.m. candle to set up a bearish short, a bearish setup. Yes, as a draw on liquidity. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. I have to piss like a racehorse, guys, so I will be 2 minutes. Don't let the chart do anything without me, okay? I'll be right back. All right. I am back. Is my OBS still good? Yeah. Okay, we're all set. Yeah, if anyone has any advice as to why uh my kbps is so low, it's like 2600. Um, when it should be around 6800. If you guys could tell me how I could fix that, that would be swell. The quality's still good. It's just I don't like to get warnings on these because it tells me there's already something wrong. I'm gonna I'm gonna do something, and I just want to see how it looks because I have a webcam, and I'm gonna see if it pops up easy on here. I don't. Why isn't it coming up? I don't think it's coming up. Do I have to have it above? Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Let me do this. Make this smaller. Sorry, guys. You just got my face. You just got my webcam absolutely in your face. I apologize. If I go like this. Sorry. I was like, oh, it's because I'm not dragged high enough on here. You guys can see yeah, you guys should be able to see my camera. I'm just making sure it works for future, you know? You can see my glasses. All right. I imagine you guys can see my ugly face. All right. We will close that. I just wanted to see if it worked. These glasses do give superpowers, dude. Bradley. Okay, boys and girls. 15-minute candle. 10:15. YM failing to get above that 10 a.m. high so far. I think my headset died. S&T still present with ES. That high. Now, okay. This low. If we can form this, preferably before 10:30, I think I would take a stab at it. This low is of importance to form the breaker. Standard deviations. Let me make sure I'm not trolling or tripping. Are these equal highs? They are. I don't love that. It would just be a 3-minute breaker, I suppose. I think I'd be okay with it. Yeah. Or I can form a new one. What I can see, though, is maybe we stall out before 10:30 and then we tag into the BISI and this high and then continue higher. But look at this 10 a.m. double smart, guys. That is, we are almost 80 points away from it. I guess this is actually a good, Tenny, if you're still in here, I feel like you'd classify this as a breaker still, because it would be a swing on a high time frame. It's not so much this swing that matters, it's the swing high and the swing low that forms the breaker that matters. And then it's the liquidity sweep. So for me, I think it's still valid because we have the liquidity taken. That's the most important part of the breaker. Yeah. Yeah. I figured because it's more or less these swings are what matter. Yeah, I figured. I remember you saying that. No. Yeah, it has to form before 10:30. Reason why, guys, for those of you that don't know, it's because if this doesn't form before 10:30, this becomes a 15-minute fair value gap, which would be a fade for me. So we've displaced through here. This IFEG, forming the IFEG. I don't want to take the breaker though. This would be 2 micros again. Let's get all my shit ready here. If this does form, I'm not missing it. I think you could make a case for using this IFEG as anticipation that the breaker is going to form. But for me, I want to see this breaker confirm, because what can happen is this IFEG could form and then we could stall out until 10:30 and then I'm in a position that I wouldn't even want to go short from anyway. So I'm going to wait for the breaker to form, and it has to form within the next 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Let me get up my other screen so I can monitor for S&Ts. We're good. we're good. I like this setup. Just form the breaker, and then we're laughing. There isn't a single thing. If everything plays out as I want it to, there is zero reason not to take it. Anticipated it, so fingers crossed. Yeah, this would be one of those things, right? Like if I entered anticipating the breaker, then if 1030 forms and we haven't formed the breaker, I just close out. But I want to see the breaker form. Because I think whether it would allow me like one more contract. Is that a down close candle too? It is. So that makes this the breaker. That makes this in line with it. This does technically, I would say most of you guys that I know trade breakers the right way are taking this anticipation. I'm just personally waiting for it because it is such a bullish, it's so bullish that I want to see this breaker form, right? So like I'm going against, look at the order flow you're going against. For me, 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candles. I want to see this breaker form just to give me some sort of, reason to get short. And then it's still just an anticipation of a retracement. So, okay, we've got 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes. Oh, I just saw your tweet, Jay. I'll watch your execution after, but beautiful long. Oh, you guys printed that. You guys printed a fuck ton of money off of that, and that makes me so happy. That's the shit that fires me up. Seeing others win, nothing better. I mean, the only thing that would make it better is if I was winning with y'all, but sometimes it's about not just about me. So this is where kind of the discretion comes in, right? By my model, I do technically have to take, well, I don't have to take anticipations of breakers. I have to take the breaker. But if I were to take the anticipation, I would need to have some sort of, high time frame order flow and alignment. And right now, it's hard to sell into this unless I get the proof of an actual breaker. And then pretty much this is it, guys. This is all that you need. This is a wonderful foundation. Higher time frame order flow, liquidity for value gap, 15-minute SMT, and a breaker in a macro window. It's really all you need. I know some people that make absolute bank with these 4 things. Actually, with 3 things. Some of them don't even really have to, you don't even have to take into account higher time frame order flow a lot of the time. I do just because that's just my preference. But you can make money in the market with just these 3 things. It's a universal model. Works on crypto, works on indices, works on Forex, works on commodities. Shit. Works across the board. The timings get a little bit different, but the concept remains the same. Okay, we're either going to get a fat 1029 candle, or this is giving me consolidation vibes. I still prefer to see shorts, but the thing is we could see SMT inside of this for value gap here. if we see SMT inside the fair value gap, then what I would be doing is I would essentially be looking for projections off of the breaker that it forms, and then just that would be a continuation setup. You personally love to trade IFVG. Well, let me tell you this. What if I told you this? What if every successful IFVG setup you took had a breaker in it? And most of the ones that fail didn't have breakers in them. Gotta run. K-Kraken. See you later, bro. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I'll chat with you later on in the week here. And thank you. I'll enjoy my birthday for sure. Okay, 10:30, guys. I immediately like don't like this breaker forming now. Like fuck. It had to do it like this. There's SMT with ES inside of that break inside of this BISI now. ES taking that low there. Yeah. So now this is another thing. So now if Brett brought up a good point. If NQ gets below this low, there's no SMT inside of this fair value gap. That makes it a valid short for me. And we could target this devil's mark. So it would be like one of those, I get in short at the breaker, I target the devil's mark, and then I get out, and then just, or go BE and partial, and then just see if I can kind of milk out a little more based off projections. Because projections have us going down to like, this is the 10 a.m. open, have us going, an extra at least 40 points below. This is bullish. Oh yeah, very bullish. This would be more or less, this is like a anticipating retracement to then frame continuations. But I can see this stalling out, and then we get a 1050 retracement. This is just consolidating here, so there's nothing to do. What's this low? 620? 620.25. I don't even have a breaker to take anyway to go long off of this with the SMT inside of the BISI. So got a whole lot of nothing to do. ES has a nice potential breaker. I really don't think we go from here. I think this could form the breaker, and we could drop lower. In terms of R to R, to get to the, like it's like 1R before I go probably close to break even. So like trading retracements is tough. I realize I'm likely going against high time for motor flow here, so I'm not about to overstay my welcome in a retracement move. It's just if this prints, I have to take it. And I've got like 30 minutes before I can dip out, or before I have to dip out. So did I catch anything yesterday? I was short from like the 6 a.m. breaker. And then I added, and I got stopped out for like, it was like literally 0.4R. And then I didn't take a trade the rest of the day. Yesterday was not clean. And this is the boring part of trading, guys, right? The move happens, and then now you're very much just waiting for your model to form again. This low is of importance. So once the 15-minute candle gets down there, then I'll kind of be drop into a low time frame. But right now, as it stands, I don't see a breaker. I don't see a breaker to go long. You could argue that swing low, swing high, lower, swing low here, but this I'd want to see fresh. Like this is I don't enter in consolidations like this. I just don't. Yeah, one Trump tweet. That's all we need. That's all we need, baby. Um, shit. I'd like to know how Bradley's doing right now. Jeez. Hope you're getting your push-ups in, Bradley. Sitting through this consolidation. Man, 43 likes on this? You guys are awesome. Yeah, he said he anticipated it. When I backtest, approximately how long does it take for you to gather data? One trade on my model. Doesn't take me long at all. Like I could start up, open up, and I could probably find a trade within like 5 minutes of like just going through price. It's really just getting in alignment on the current, like on the current chart, but it doesn't take me long. It's a time consuming process. Don't make no mistake, but it doesn't take me long. I know my model so well that I can backtest rather quickly. How old do I turn today? 27. Hey, thanks, Jay. Appreciate you, bro. So, what's this telling me now? I mean, we've formed this 10, 15, 5 minute candle. One, two, three. Now we're in the fourth candle that's formed inside of it. That's telling me that this breaker is forming in a consolidation. I'm If it's gonna go lower, I'm immediately anticipating this. This just looks even more like a retracement now. But if you guys know anything about just price delivery phases, what typically happens after a trend, we consolidate. Why? Because we used up all of the liquidity available for to get this move of this magnitude. Now the market needs to go into what? It needs to generate more liquidity. So everything starts with a consolidation, right? And then you can see your AMD profiles occur from there. So it goes expansion, consolidation. The only thing that precedes an expand or a consolidation is another expansion. In order for it to be a reversal, we need to see a pop higher, SMT, and then go lower. So just by what price is giving me right now, that's what I'm anticipating. If we're gonna go short, we're gonna see it's likely to be a retracement unless we get a massive pop higher and then a meaningful breaker lower. Couple more birthday messages. Thank you guys. Trey David Lee, thank you. Thank you, Bond. Good job, Bradley, on the push-ups, man. Yeah, I'm excited for this year. Late 20s have been great so far. I'm excited for my 30s even, man. Like I'm just grateful to just happy to be here, you know? Happy B-Day, thank you, thank you, thank you. JL, Erdov, KW, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Let me see if Kane's still streaming. No, he's not. I was gonna pop into the lab and say hello. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm like. The further we get away from here, this 10 a.m. open without any wick, like if it's, I like it. It kind of makes it. It's a good draw for me. But oh, see you later, Brett. Thanks for tuning in, man. Enjoy your day. I'm probably not going to be much longer, guys. 10:40 is here now. Where's that 10:30 open? Down here. So now we're forming a new breaker, but there's SMT at the slow. And this is just one of those things, right, where this could just very much deliver higher from here. Like we have the SMT here inside of the 15-minute BISI, right? You can see. If that's all it needs for continuations, like I'm missing that. That's likely what's happening here. Like I'm gonna miss it. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Because now what I see, if we're gonna go lower. You're welcome, KW. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Hope to see you again next time. This breaker here, I know it's nested with a lot of it, but what I like about it is that it is in line with this 1030 candle. So if we close below that, that'd be what I'm anticipating for a retracement. But at the moment, it just looks like we're just gonna rip higher from here. And I am not back on YouTube tomorrow. I will have to look at my schedule and see. I will probably be back on YouTube next week. I have other commitments. I wish I could stream every day in on YouTube. It would be fun, but I have to stream in the lab tomorrow. Sometimes going into the lunch hour around 12, this sort of anticipated move plays out as the session kill comes to an end. Yeah, yeah, it happens. So like we could, the number one thing that's kind of going through my head right now is that 1050 is gonna open up and we're gonna see a breaker and it's gonna give us a retracement, and then lunchtime you guys are gonna get to be able to go long during lunch. Oh yeah, yeah. I just answered you. Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Super clean longs. I missed them. I was asleep at the wheel, but called it out and everything. I wanted this Bissy, and I was just like, I was being hard headed. Wanted this Bissy. Let this happen, and I didn't press the button, which was my fault, wholeheartedly my fault. Mr. Da Vinci, hello, sir. The higher we go now, the higher 50% of this New York range gets closer to that 10 a.m. Devil's Wick. Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? Two and a half is like just below it. So now, if you get below here, this is kind of my interest. Close below 1030 opening price. Close below this breaker. Close this 1030 candle. I mean, well, we have 1 minute, so I'm already, unless this candle absolutely melts and closes below both of these within 50 seconds. I'm waiting. Mr. Chad, hello, sir. I should have dropped my link in the lab. Oh well. NFP week, and we are moving only up from the last 2 days. I mean, shit. Fundamentals, like we should be going higher. Like this ain't a bearish market. It was for about 24 hours when Trump dropped the tariffs, but now we have 30-day pauses on Mexico and Canada. So, I mean, what does that tell you? We get a 350-point gap on the tariffs news, and then all of a sudden we get pauses on them for 30 days, and the market's just moving higher. I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I think that there's a reason for some of these things, and I think the market reacts in a specific way because of it. So, yeah, I saw your entry, Colorado, for buys. It looked nice. Looks like you bottom ticked it. I don't think I would have been able to get in on that move though, even if I was awake and willing to take it. Will the slab be posted? Yep, absolutely. Okay, 10:30. Still have that SMT. I mean, yeah, but just because we have lows there doesn't mean that they're the draw, right? You need narrative to support the idea. Like I could sit here and say, oh my goodness, look at these equal lows we have from August. I'm not about to just say, oh, they're 30, we're going here, but like we're 3,800 points away, and what's the order flow that resulted from these lows? I know we swept them. I believe on the current contract we didn't. But November 19th lows, yeah. This previous, yeah, these were super, super sus. But we have SMT at this previous weekly low here. Okay. $47. Form this breaker. Getting in. I'll answer your question in a second, Stefan. Okay. Bounced off a 10:30 open quite nicely. 10:50 macro coming around the corner. Everything in here looks balanced. So like if this is gonna sink, if this is gonna drop, it's just gonna sink from here. Like I don't really see a need for us to get back up into, because this inefficiency, let's mark them out, right? This inefficiency taken care of. This IFAG rebalanced. So like anything in here, if anything, it's gonna be to the 3-minute. And it's gonna drop. But even then, like if we form this breaker, I'm likely gonna take it, and I'm gonna just take it to this 10 a.m. devil's mark, and then maybe down, see if I can milk it to the lows here from at 5:38. Yeah, 10 a.m. open has no wick. That's kind of what I'm looking at. There's a crazy stat that some of you guys may not know. If 10 a.m. takes 9 a.m. high or 9 a.m. low, there is a 94% chance. I think it's like mid 90% chance that we are to return to the 10 a.m. open within 2 hours. I did not do the testing for this data myself, but it is a stat. And it's a devil's mark. So like I don't know how it can be any cleaner. Do I ever trade outside of the time windows you shared in the flowchart? Sometimes I'll trade pre-market, and it's usually when we have 8:30 news. But other than that, not really. Sometimes I'll trade lunch. Okay, there's that 3-minute IFVG, guys. I like this reaction here. Yeah, I got a flowchart chat. Are you in the lab chat? I think you are. I thought I recognized your name. If you are, DM me on Discord. Oh, you're not? Okay. It's just my flowchart for my trading. I'll probably share it in here one day. Oh, that's where I recognize your name from. Yes. I knew I remembered you from somewhere. Chat underscore my maxim. Okay, I got you, bro. Wait for the breaker to form. Let's get top step open here. It's being a real pain forming this breaker. It just doesn't want to get below this 1030 opening price. Like it doesn't. Would love to stay in touch. Yeah, I know. Me too, but really I'm incredibly busy, so and don't take it personally. I have a lot of DMs and messages and stuff. I do my best to keep up with everyone. But truth be told, I just can't always, reply within like a blink of an eye. But I'm not, so don't ever think that I'm ignoring you or anything. I'm not that conceited. I don't think I'm better than anyone. But if you have questions, I will get to them. It just may not be the same day. Well, I think this stream went off without a hitch. I think it went well. We got about 5 minutes here. We'll see. If this breaker forms, man, I'm gonna push. I'm pushing the button. Thanks, Jayworthy. Appreciate you. Glad you enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll do a little breakdown here of just kind of what happened and stuff, because I did miss a trade, which was a little annoying, but we managed emotions well. Personally, be waiting for 5 minutes. Yeah, we have so many breakers here. It is kind of tough to pick. Let's see. I haven't pushed anything yet, guys. I'm watching because this was just like, I am demanding proof here because we have, look, one, here's a breaker. This is also a candidate for a breaker. This is a candidate for a breaker. This is the highest up one, right? Who's to say that this isn't a sweep and this goes back up here, right? So I have to see, right, what sort of information we get We barely closed below this breaker. Look at what's happening here. If we had closed through it like a stupid amount, I'd be more inclined, right? But I'm gauging my interest, okay? Gauging my interest in that we are so bullish. We have SMT residing at that 15-minute low, or at the 15-minute BISI, which is right here. So like I have to be nimble, we'll say. Rebalancing back up into a premium. We don't even have any inefficiencies that we need to rebalance to suggest that we need that, or to justify why this candle went higher here. So like, for all I know, this could be forming the breaker that's responsible that we got after this SMT that formed inside of the BISI. So like, yeah, I know we got the 15-minute BISI right below. That's kind of, yeah. If this SMT breaks here, if we get into this 15-minute BISI from here, then like it's likely to go lower. There's lots of areas I can enter in here, right? There's so many breakers. So that's why I'm allowing myself to gauge some interest within here. If we start to close back below again, then we might have something on our hands, but it is almost 11 o'clock and I don't want to be sitting around at the chart all day. Yeah, I'm the same. I want to see. This could just be retracements. But I have to think, okay? I have to, if I get into this trade, I have to basically stop stream and get out. So is this a high probability trade for me anyway? Probably not. If this formed a little earlier, I'd probably be more inclined to take it. But like I have to get off the chart because I have to go be with family. So I don't think I'm going to even dabble with it. Like there's just better setups. And I don't have the time to sit on the computer and manage it. I think it's I've already, met my time limit for today and that I want to go, do other things on my birthday. So I think if this forms, I'll fade it. But in the meantime, before we go, guys, let's talk just a quick recap about what happened here, right? So we highlighted this trade, right? What's the high time frame logic? Well, we talked about it, 1800 open, very little manipulation above, suggesting that we can likely get up into here, that everything below is a manipulation. We also have Asia high. Nothing above there. Asia high is a very solid liquidity area to take. We also have the new week opening gap, or new day opening gap. Down in here, $9:30 opened. We saw a sweep of that 9 a.m. low, which is inside of this BISI. I know it closed, but we're also inside of an old IFVG. So you have overlapping nested PD arrays there. From there, we had SMT with ES on the 15-minute. ES, I believe, was tagging. Let me look. SMT with YM inside of that 7 a.m. BISI. And we had SMT relative to this 845 low. So you had kind of a couple SMTs. And then from there, what do we see? 9:30 opens, runs lower, creates the breaker. Swing low, swing high, lower, swing low, tagging into high time frame PD array, creating SMT. This is your breaker. I, being the hard-headed, stubborn individual that I am, wanted this busy. My position was not calculated when this candle printed. I wanted another tap into the breaker. We did not get that. We tapped into the 5-minute breaker and then we went. So I missed it because of, I think I was being a little bit too perfect, trying to be a little bit too perfect. And I think my mind was not fully dialed in on the chart. And that's okay. This was the first YouTube stream I had. My mind was a little preoccupied to start. So maybe I think if I start these streams, I'm going to start them at 9 a.m., not 9:15 going forward. So I have a little bit more time to dial in. But yeah, missed this. It printed wonderfully to the highs. And now we're seeing consolidation occur. So yeah, it happens to everyone, man. I said this earlier, right? It's not about missing the trade that is going to hurt you. Missing a trade will not hurt you. It's what you do afterwards that can do all the damage. So yeah, this was an absolute no-brainer for me regardless. I just missed it because one, wasn't ready, so sleeping at the wheel, and two, a little bit of fear mixed with a little bit of just over analysis, I guess. I wouldn't even say I overanalyzed the chart. I think I just kind of demanded a little too much. But yeah. Okay, guys. That's all I got for you. This is kind of gross. I think let this shake out, wait for a retracement, and then fucking just go long, duck, dong, targeting these highs here again. That's all I can tell you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, I felt that red price good. There's some other things I could have worked on for sure, but that's just me being nitpicky. Today gets a green check mark for following my rules. I'm not gonna knock myself for a technicality. I think it's good. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Give some positive feedback. You can privately send me a message or whatever. What are my stream timings? Usually going to be 9 a.m. Eastern is when I start. But okay, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. NFP week, so trade safe. I will speak to y'all soon. This will all be recorded so you can watch this back. But yeah. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Enjoy your Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in.